Hello and welcome to Matt's Rocks. Today I cut this piece of petrified wood I got in New Mexico, a rock shop. I'm going to make a couple of pretty good sized cabs out of it. Going to be freeform cabs, but I kind of like the patterns on it. Look at that yellow fortification lines down in that yellow part of it. This is going to be great. If they work out good, there's fractures in there that look like they're healed. Mostly. Which is the one with the big, there's two coming down here. Those yellow lines, that's limonite that's healed it. And this here is just part of the continuation of this fracture here. So it goes across like this. I don't know if you can see it in there, but it's not, it doesn't go anywhere, it just comes inside. And then changes direction on this piece. I did cut off a little chunk here to keep from having to grind it. It's not a very big piece, and then I had to cut off. Where's it at? I cut off a little piece back here on this end because it was sticking out, coming up like this. Two little pieces. I just put those in my aggregate with my ceramic pieces for tumbling. I'm going to lose some of this limonite on the outer edges, but not a lot, I don't think. I hope. This one was awful thin. I cut it freehand because it was just no way to clamp it in the saw. As you can see, it wasn't a very big piece to begin with. I don't know why I bought it, but it was just, I was desperate for time when I was looking through their rock piles, trying to find something I could fit in my 10-inch saw. I do kind of like the pattern on the outside of that one, but that just overshadows it all. But this one's thick enough I may be able to get, well, this is the thicker one. With this thicker one I may be able to get a bigger rounding out of it and make it a little better. It'll show up a little better on that, I'm hoping. Although the inner pocket on the inner fortification section on it is the center of the fortification pocket is longer on this one, but it's a lot thinner, so I'm going to have to figure out how to do that because it's also a lot thinner right in through here, so it's not quite as thick right in there. And I may go ahead and put this on a try to figure out a way to get this into a preform cab. There is another fracture up here, but I don't know that I'll have to worry about that too much. I'll have to round it off anyway, but it doesn't look like it goes very far anyway. We'll see what I get. I think I'll start on this one, because then if I screw it up I can just toss it in the tumbler. Or if it breaks out on me. I don't think it's going to. But, you know, this one here is a lot thicker, so all the way across except for out here on this edge, but I could still make it different type. I hate to lose all that. I kind of like the looks of that, but I don't know. We'll see how it works out. I had no idea, judging from the looks of this. You can't see that fortification pocket or any fortification lines on this side, and you can't see any on this side either. But then I just got lucky when I cut it open. We'll just make a freeform cab out of this one here. The one I was going to try to put do a regular cab out of. Pre-formed cab, not free-formed. I'll make this a free-form cab. Well, let me go ahead and set you up where you can see what I'm doing here on the. Okay. And we'll get started. This is agate. This is hard. So I'm going to start on 80 grit because I got a lot of shaping to do, and I'm going to try not to lose a bunch of rock, but I'm going to need to get a bunch of rock off. Itch on my eyebrow. Here's what I'm dealing with. I got all those chips off of there. I gotta get that side smoothed out. Well, it didn't break. So good there. But I don't want to round this side off. I want to keep this side flat so I can keep this fortification in here. And it's just going to take a while to get that down without losing too much out here on this end where the fortification's at. I'll have to leave some of these chips in that or I'm going to lose that fortification. I definitely don't want to do that. I have a hard enough time getting the chips out of this without losing too much of it. I'm not going to worry about that one too much either. So another fracture coming along this way, another fracture coming through here. Once I get it all polished up, I'll go ahead and do the super glue thing. Yeah, I can get the rest of those fractures out with the 110 or the 220, darn it. Speaking of 110 or 220. How are those two still there? Oh, I see. A fracture there. Fracture right there above my fingernail, and then there's a longer fracture. Well, that's actually a chip. And a longer fracture, then another little fracture that's chipping out. And above that, I've been trying to get that chip out of there, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. Not get it all out. I am going to be able to get most of this out though, surprisingly. Not going to worry about that one or this one over here. Okay, I'm gonna take this over to the flat lap. I'm gonna wait till I eat my supper though. There's some pizza in there from day before yesterday. Got a bunch of fractures. I didn't see them till I got it all. Cleaned up. That was just a water stain. Fracture coming down through here. Fracture there, fracture there, fracture there. Chip there. Fracture there. There, actually a chip, you can see where it comes around. That one was coming in this way. This broke off from here. It broke off level here and was chipped down about like that. Actually it came out a little bit, but I tried to grind that down and it's still just fracturing out because it's like a chip. Okay, that's it for now. There's what it looks like. I guess I was showing you all that stuff. You can see all the fractures in there. And here's the back. That nice pretty piece of fortification agate in there. Look at all the fractures in it. Glad I didn't decide to make this into a piece of jewelry. I'd have been afraid it was going to bust all into 100 pieces. Because it almost looks like this whole section could come off because of that fracture right there that goes through to the face. Also, that's the one I can't get out. Right there on the face. At least I think it is. That may be two separate fractures. Let me do something here first. I'm going to put some water on it. Okay, I think that's about the best I'm going to get it. I've still got some deeper grooves here. They're right on the top of that agate, and I don't want them to, I won't have to cut that down as much. Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I'll screw the whole thing up. Break that whole piece off. I don't want to do that, but it might happen. Okay, we're going to call it quits for now, and I'll be back later with flat lap. Okay, I'm back. Let's get working on this flat face here real quick. I may not take it to I may go back to the 280 on the cabin machine rather than finish this on the flat lap, just because it's not going to make a whole lot of difference either way. because I won't be putting any big grooves in it on those softer wheels if I hit the edges. Plus I can round it a little more with it. It doesn't need to be completely flat, just as long as I don't take off too much of that fortification agate inside there on that thin side. Still got some deep scratches on there, but they're from this machine. With that wheel, and I think I can get them off with the 280 grit soft wheel on the other machine. Stop it. I think I'll leave the rest of that alone. That's just a chipped out fracture. If I chip it the rest of the way out, I'm going to lose that corner all the way down. I got a little chip over here too. This is chipped. That I'd probably lose that whole side clear up to there. So we're going to call it good because this is a sample, not a jewel. Okay. Okay, like I've been saying, this isn't a gem, this is a sample. Move to the next wheel. Oh, it's good. Keep getting stuff busting out of those light little lugs there. You can see how the dull and the scratches are going whichever way I happen to be running the wheel at the time. And I take one out and put another one in, so some of these are fractures that are spall marks from the fractures, one of the two. Okay. Looks like a piece flaked off. Looks like a real thin piece, but it looked like a big piece flaked off. It's weird. It did almost look like a soft spot, but yeah, not quite. Spot right in here was kind of a nick. Came down this way, it kind of came in like this, and then this whole section here was thinner, and there was a knob sticking up from this. So this isn't quite level with the rest of it. Plus there's still the chip in there, or the chips out of it. I didn't want to get to it all the way to the bottom, then it would have made this too thin to stay on. Plus of that fracture in there would have chipped it off probably, once I got down that thin. But I had some scratches in that, but I couldn't get out. These scratches, I may be putting them in and taking them out at the same time and not being able to tell the difference. I'd be wasting my time on here. So let's go to the 1200 grit. I got a text message. It might not be a text message, but I'm thinking it might be because my brother's home. And it might be some other notification too. Yeah, it's a notification. Oh, we're fixing to have some lightning. Hey, No wonder I'm getting bored and testy. Of course, I've been testy all day. I don't like rocks that do me like this. I don't like having equipment that doesn't work like I want it to. Which I'll probably never get to look like I want to work like I want it to if I keep abusing it like I do. I wish I could have seen at least a hint that agate pocket was in there. You can see from this side, it's all black on the agate pocket side, or it was thicker. The other side had all this green on it, where you couldn't see through it. All across here, but it had a big knot sticking out here too that I had to cut off like this in order to keep from grinding it off. Okay, now I've just dried it off and found a spot, then went back to work on it, then finished looking at the rest of it. Some of these are, you can see how these lines are running like this, that look like fibers. The yellow one's got the same thing. And that's the way my scratches seem to be running, or what look like scratches. They may be those fibers being soft in between. Can't really tell if the color's under them or over them, because you can't see the color when you got the shine on it, so you can see where the scratches are at. I think I got way off where I was supposed to be fixing there. Fibers are running this way, and that's the way my scratches are running. So that's fibers too. I can probably fix that on the next wheel though. I'm done anyway. I've had all I can stand. And I can't stand no more. So I'll be back tomorrow. Okay, I'm back. Time to finish this on the last, this petwood sample on the last wheel. I had to take a break yesterday. I spent 7 hours on this thing. not looking too bad. It's a sample anyway, but all these fractures. Didn't work it long enough. A little bit light coming through here. Up on the top. And then a little bit down on the bottom also. Looking too bad. Happy with that now, at least on the back side. Let's see what I can do on the front side, see if I need to do anything more on the front side. No, I'm at the front side already. By George, I believe we're finished. So there's the face, or the top. Wouldn't call it the face. Good shine on it. And then here's the back and the bottom. It'll just be something to sit on the table. Like this, I like this inclusion. Agate pocket. That's got that one. It's a nice little sample. It's just too bad it's got so many fractures in it. I could have done more with it. Okay. That's enough of that one. Let's go ahead and set up the aluminum oxide, and I'll knock that out real quick. That shouldn't take but a few minutes. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and shut that off and get my pad off there so I can rinse this rock down real quick before it dries. Make sure I get all that aluminum oxide out of the pits and inclusions, pockets. Okay, there's the final product. If I can't get it to get some good reflection here, let's try doing this. That helps. Go with my ring light down below. Of course, it's going to make it a ring on the reflection, but that helped quite a bit. What little bit I needed. Let's try this side again. Yeah, there we go. Didn't have it tilted enough because it's got such a curve to the face, or to the top. That made it shine a whole lot better. Well, that's it for that one. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Oops, zoomed the wrong way. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, good, bad, ugly, doesn't matter to me. I'll read them. And leave tips if you've got any. If you see I'm doing something wrong and I need to correct it, give me a holler out, let me know, and I'll see what I can do. I'm always willing to learn new stuff, and hopefully you guys will be able to see me collecting some rocks one of these days, or maybe mounting some of these cabs. It's going to take a little while before I can get up the money to get all the stuff to start doing silversmithing type stuff. I'm not going to try wire wrapping. I don't have the dexterity in my fingers anymore. Plus this one's a little shorter. That wasn't flipping you off. And besides, if it was, that was only 97% maybe, because the finger's shorter than it was. But thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video if I ever get any out there. And take care, and go find some rocks and do something cool with them. Thank you much. Have a good day.